Putting his Zed back for another Batman type review. I'm steering away from the Batmobiles right now just because I've pretty much run out of the ones that I could find. I do have more, however, I cannot find them. They're probably in my rooms. Probably in a room somewhere in a box, I don't know. But I did manage to find this one. It's not a Batmobile, but it is Batman, and it's probably one of the crown jewels of the entire Batman animated series line. This vehicle was released in 1993, and I received it as a Christmas present back when I was 6 years old. Although that original one has since been gone and probably destroyed in a landfill somewhere, I was able to find another one off of eBay, mint and sealed box, for a very reasonable price about 5 years ago. And what I loved mainly about the animated series line of toys was the artwork. The artwork for the vehicles and the accessories were just stunning. I mean, they obviously look... I wouldn't say that they're toyetic in any way. They almost exactly look like the animated show counterparts. Another variation from overseas, they didn't call it the Batplane, they called it the Batwing. Which is kind of honest, it's really strange why they called this the Batplane, because in the television series it was never ever called the Batplane. It was called the Batwing. Feats of Clay, Part 1. Batman's trying to find out who framed Bruce Wayne and why. It's Clayface, by the way. Oh no, spoiler alert! And he uses a capture claw to round up a victim. And the police are telling him to vacate the area, and they obviously call it the Batwing. But enough about that. Here it is. The Batwing. Very detailed. It's in a blue plastic. Kenner decided not to do anything in the black. I guess they got tired of black. And this was also one of the starts for the symbols. Starting with the animated series, they wanted to put a bat symbol on anything. Probably because Batman animated series made Batman a valuable property, and I guess this made it an official seal or something. It's not as authentic. And then you had it. But getting to the design, this design is just beautiful. It's a beautiful design. It's kind of like they took the Batwing from the 1989 Batman movie and just put a more contemporary feel to it. You know, kind of like an old world, like what if Batman was in 1939? Still. Got exhaust here, you got a whole mess of lines and panels like right in here. And looking back at the jet exhaust, that was a real bitch to put on. You only got one shot of it, and if you screw it up, too bad. I think I got it. Perfect. The underside of the vehicle. 2 missile launchers. And the capture claw. Which you, where's the button at? Ah, here it is. There's a button right here. The capture claw. This also works as landing gear as well. If the capture claw was removed, it would just... And the landing skids. It would have been nice if it had actual landing gear, but I think they couldn't find a way to hide this thing. And they really wanted it because it was featured in the series. And I'm glad they have the capture claw. It makes this vehicle a lot more fun than just missile launchers, which were never used. And if you don't want them on the bottom, well, guess what? They're interchangeable. And there you go. You have the missile launchers right here on top of the wing. But then it obscures the symbols, and I like to keep them on the bottom because it's like sneak attack. And missiles, as you can see, the missiles do fire. Cockpit opens up. Just grab a hold of these two and squeeze ever so slightly because it is all translucent, very thin plastic, and it will snap. It will crack. I've seen a lot of Batwings where there's a crack right here because people don't know how to open up their cockpit windshields. So, open it up. And you have sticker detailings for the flight controls and a little blip right here. Look, his target's right here. Just go left, Batman. Go right. Go left. And it's the first. That is right. It is the first Kenner vehicle to feature a two-seater. Still not as accurate in the if you're going by the show, because Robin actually would be facing front and not facing backward. However, it is still a very nice improvement to the vehicle. You could put two figures in here. The only thing I don't like is that it kind of slopes down a little bit. So if you were to get an animated series Batman, he really wouldn't quite fit in here easily. He's just very snug in there, and you're damaged. And if you're a collector like me, and if you like everything to be just top and perfect, his the fins on his gloves would caught in here, and you're risking paint damage. So I would get yourself like a mock combat belt Batman or whatever Batman you want to use to put in there. One that you don't really feel like damaging in any way. Paint loss. But other than that, it is a very, very nice vehicle. I would recommend it to pretty much anyone who is a true diehard Batman animated series fan, and anyone who's just a fan of Batman in general would just love this. It's been reissued countless times, including the Justice League Batplane. But if you can afford this one, I would say go for it. You will not be disappointed. And before I go, here's the back of the box. And as you can see, Batman here, Robin there. Place a Batman figure along with a Robin figure into the Batplane cockpit. And there's the Riddler getting snared up in the capture claw and the ways to display the missile launchers. And there is the Batplane, folks. And I know I promised someone a bat ski boat. I haven't found it yet. I think I know where it is. But Blight's Biohazard, I'm still thinking of you, and I will get the bat ski boat as soon as I can find it. But until then, this is Hoodimus Zed, signing off.